So see what ma. So regulation of heartbeat. Today we are going to discuss it because of the record is completed. Record is also stopped. So regulation of heartbeat, but to controlling of heartbeat, that is rising of heart and decreasing of heartbeat, that is called regulation of heartbeat. So the regulation of heartbeat, what ma? So mainly 4 factors are there. Number 1, nervous system. Number 2, hormonal system. So number 3, temperature. Number 4, pH. So let us comment the point nervous system. So how to controlling of heartbeat rate, that is sympathetic nervous system. What ma? Sympathetic nervous system and
Sir, audio clear రావట్లే.
what ma? Because
Sir, audio clear లేదు సార్.
What? Okay, now clear? Gus, Bushra.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Both are clear now.
Okay, thank you. So now let us 4 factors are there: nervous system, hormonal system, and temperature and pH, and pH also. So nervous system, that is sympathetic nervous system, and parasympathetic system, and vagus nerve. Sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, which are belongs to autonomous system. So actually, in that means nervous system mainly 3 parts are there. One is central nervous system, second one is peripheral nervous system, third one, that is what happened especially for autonomous nervous system also. But here indirectly, you know very well. So mainly, so this heartbeat controlling should be important by majorly. So autonomous nervous system. Indirectly, what happened ma? So central nervous system also involving. So that directly, which is responsible autonomous nervous system. Indirectly, central nervous system also involving. So for example, vagus nerve is there. This vagus nerve belongs to peripheral nervous system. This vagus nerve belongs to what ma? Peripheral nervous system. So that is very important thing. Okay, now how should we controlling of this sympathetic nervous system? Okay, so from medulla, remembering one thing ma, from medulla oblongata. So here, for example, medulla oblongata. So is the main central key. For example, if sympathetic nervous system, the sympathetic neurons to release something chemical substances, that is called sympathin. That is called what ma? Sympathin. Sympathetic nervous systems are to releasing sympathin. That's why chemo control regulation of the heartbeat. So these sympathetic nervous system to release the sympathin, these sympathins to stimulate the sympathetic nervous system and to send to that impulses to what happened medulla. To send to medulla, and this medulla oblongata to send to vagus nerve. For example, here medulla oblongata is there. Sympathetic nervous system, which are in the spinal cord. Okay, these sympathetic nervous system, what happened due to the condition, what happened? So this sympathetic nervous system to stimulate it, sympathetic releasing. This sympathetic sent to medulla oblongata to send to vagus nerve. What happened to send to the vagus nerve, that is vagus nerve to send to heart. The heart should be rising. The heart rate should be rising. Heartbeat should be increasing. Should be the influence of sympathin hormone or sympathin chemical substances. Sympathin is not a hormone. Sympathin is a neurotransmitter. neurotransmitter which are secreted from what ma sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system or sympathetic neuron. This sympathetic nervous system to secretes the what ma sympathine. This sympathine to stimulate the medulla oblongata. Okay, that nerve impulses are generated. That nerve impulses are receive the vagus nerve and to send to heart. To send to heart, right? So that is one of the important to send to the heart. So the heartbeat should be rises. Okay. So majorly, for example, what is the normal heartbeat rate? Come on, tell me. What is the normal heartbeat? The heartbeat rate that is mainly 70 to 80 times, but average 72 times are there. Average how much ma? 72 times are there. So that is should be the 72 nearly 89. That means the heartbeat should be rise in the influence of sympathine. In the influence of sympathine. Very, very important. Okay, so that is important. But how should be controlling? How should be controlling? How should be normal? Okay, now one more mechanism is there. So what happened, ma'am? The heartbeat should be rising immediately from the heart. From the heart, when impulses are generated. So what impulses? Completely reducing. Decreasing impulses are generated from the heart. So that impulses are collecting of vagus nerve. Again, vagus nerve to collect the these what happened, ma'am? Collect the impulses from heart and to send it to medulla to that means what happened, ma'am? Parasympathetic nerves. What, ma'am? Parasympathetic nerves are to activate. Parasympathetic nerves are to be activated. The parasympathetic nerves, that is negative feedback mechanism. Parasympathetic nerves are activated in that condition. What happened, ma'am? These parasympathetic nerves to send to medulla again, stopping to decreasing the heartbeat, send to medulla to vagus nerve to heart. What happened, ma'am? Immediately the heartbeat should be decreases. So that is important thing of parasympathetic nerves. For example, I would like to draw a diagram. This is the heart. Okay, for example, so this is a parasympathetic system. This is a sympathetic system. Sympathetic nervous system, right? Okay, I would like to draw here diagram. Okay, I would like to draw here diagram. For example, see, this is a what happened, ma'am? Sympathetic nervous system. Totally, what you can call it? Parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system. Both are what happened, ma'am? So both are called autonomous nervous system. Autonomous nervous system. Right? These sympathetic nervous system to send to the impulses to heart. That is sympathine. That is what, ma'am? Sympathine is a chemical neurotransmitter, right? So this sympathine to increases the heartbeat rise. Okay, so here one of these sympathine to send to heart. What happened, ma'am? These sympathine. Okay, these sympathine. Remember one thing. These impulses are nerve impulses are reach to heart. What happened, ma'am? Here, peripheral nervous system part is there. That is called what happened, ma'am? Vagus nerve. What, ma'am? Vagus nerve. Okay, now. So sympathetic nervous system to secrete the sympathine to reach to heart to the vagus nerve. That should be the vagus nerve to send the impulses to heart. The heart should be rising. That is one of the mechanisms. Simply, very, very important. Blindly, you can say heartbeat should be increasing. Heartbeat should be rising. That should be vagus nerve. Very, very important. So that is responsible for the vagus nerve. So only vagus nerve is the only mediator here. But mainly what, ma? Sympathetic nervous system is mainly responsible for the increasing of heartbeat. Okay, for example, increasing of heartbeat ultimately respiratory rate also increasing. What happened, ma? Respiratory rate also increasing. That is remembering one, right? Here. Next. But how should we here heartbeat should be rises. Heartbeat should be rises. Okay. Now let us come to the point. So if it is continuous, the heart should be rises. No. Immediately the heartbeat to give the impulses. To stop the decreasing of this heartbeat. That's why that impulses are that means reach to parasympathetic system through the vagus nerve. Again, what happened now? These vagus nerve to send the impulses to inhibit what ma? The vagus nerve to inhibit the inhibiting impulses to generate it from parasympathetic system. So that's why again the vagus nerve to send the inhibiting impulses to heart, the heart should be decreased. Heart beating should be decreases. That should be mainly what happened now. Here between the parasympathetic system, sympathetic nervous system, between the peripheral nervous system is there, medulla is there. What happened, ma? Medulla is there. Whatever it may be, any mechanism compulsory to be reached medulla. Then after vagus nerve. First one, parasympathetic system, sympathetic, medulla, vagus nerve, heart. Then what happened, ma? A decreasing of heartbeat. First heart impulses are generating and through the vagus nerve, medulla, and parasympathetic system. Okay, parasympathetic system, medulla, then impulses are inhibiting impulses are generating. Then what happened on vagus nerve, then heartbeat. So that is heart to reach heart decreasing of. So that is mainly to regulation of the heartbeat of nervous system. Right. Now let us come to the point of hormonal system. Hormonal system, very important. What are the hormones especially for? Here, number one, adrenaline. What ma? Number one, adrenaline. Number one hormone, what ma? Adrenaline hormone. Number one, adrenaline. Number two, thyroxine. Number two, what ma? Thyroxine hormone. Number three, what happened ma? Sexual hormones. Sexual hormones are there. These are the important about the hormone system. First one, adrenaline, very important. Due to the emotional condition, remember one thing, like sad, like happiness, like pleasure. Okay, like emotional in the emotional conditions, emotional situation, these hormones are the adrenaline hormone should be secreted from the adrenal gland. From the adrenal gland in an emotional condition like happiness, like sad, like fear, like fight, like flight, whatever it may be. That's why this adrenaline hormone is called 3F. Emotional hormone. This adrenaline hormone is called emotional hormone. We call it 3F. Flight, fight, fight. Flight, fight, fright. So very important. Flight, very happiness. Fighting with the wife and husband, like fighting with other person, right? So that is one of the important like friends, right? Next to what happened now? Fright, like fear. Okay, so that is a emotional condition. The adrenaline should be released. These adrenaline to be reached to heart. These adrenaline to reach to heart through the blood, the heartbeat should be rising. The heartbeat should be rising. That is important about heartbeat should be rising. Okay, the adrenaline hormone should be control the. Next, immediate what happened? For example, remember one thing. So this topic will come under the endocrine system also. I would like to reveal. For example, before you are going to writing the question, writing the answer sheet, what happened now? Your total body should be emotional because of the heartbeat should be rising. Why? Because of emotional hormone should be released. That hormone should be rising of heartbeat. In that 5 minutes, in that 2 minutes, you must be controlled. You must be relaxed, like breathing, long breathing, like. Like that, you must be do that type of activity. Totally, adrenaline should be decreased. Non-adrenaline should be increased. Non-adrenaline to be increased. That's why the heartbeat should be reduced. That heartbeat should be reduced or decreased. Clear? I hope understand that is called adrenaline. And thyroxine, okay, if thyroxine level is increasing, ultimately fat level also increasing. The fat level is increasing, ultimately heartbeat should be increasing. Right? Once I repeat, thyroxine level is increasing in the blood, ultimately what happens? So visual organ should be growth. That means fat level to be increasing. The fat level should be increasing. What happened now? So in the blood pressure should be increasing. Blood pressure should be increasing. Heartbeat should be increasing. Heartbeat should be increasing. Respiratory rate should be increasing. Right? So that is one of the thyroxine also one of the important of increasing of blood pressure, increasing of heartbeat. That should be controlling of regulation of heartbeat. Right? Now next one. Next one, sexual hormones. Remember one thing, sexual hormones during the adolescent age. During the adolescent
Sir,
age. What?
sir, excuse me, sir.
Okay,
Sir, voice is not clear, sir. Can you please again repeat the thyroxine hormone?
okay. Now visible, now audible.
Yes, sir. Now visible,
Okay,
audible.
now audible. Okay, once I repeat. Thyroxine, once I repeat, thyroxine hormone, which is what I mean, one by one I explain. Thyroxine hormone also, which is responsible for the increasing of heartbeat. How? If thyroxine hormone level is increasing in the blood, ultimately what happens? Visual organ growth should be increasing. That means fat level should be increasing. If the fat level should be increasing, BP should be increasing. If the BP should be increasing, what happens now? Heartbeat should be increasing. Heartbeat should be increasing. Respiratory rate also increasing. Right? So this topic will come again under endocrine system also. Right? So that should be thyroxine also one of the major regulation control of the heartbeat. Understood, Bushra? Bushra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next one. Next what happened? So next sexual hormones. During the adolescent age, like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is called teenage. This is called what ma? Teenage. So in this, during this teenage, the sexual hormones also, like testosterone in male and estrogen in female, this adolescent hormone also to be what happened ma? Attraction between the different sex. Okay, in that condition, these hormones also to be raising the heartbeat. These hormones are sexual hormones also to raising the heartbeat that should be controlled by sexual. So that's why some people are going, some psychologists to be said during this stage, those people are to controlling these sexual hormones, the balancing and to controlling mechanism of patiency. That should be what happened the person to be going success. If not control the hormones, should not control the heartbeat, what happened the person is going to do a negative activity. The person subconscious mind to be develop the in the subconscious mind to develop the negative thoughts, not positive thoughts. If the negative thoughts are raised in the what happened now? So brain, what happened? So heartbeat should be okay. That is the main reasons of sexual. I hope understood this hormonal system to control the to regulation of the heartbeat, right? Now, temperature. For example, temperature. How? For example, whether you are sitting in the sunlight during summer season, you must be sitting in the continuously 3 hours, 4 hours in the hot sunlight. What happened? Come on, tell me. Any idea? For example, the dehydration takes place after total water should be removed during the Dehydration process. What happened now? Completely, the heart should be rising. The heartbeat should be rising because of if the environmental temperature to be raised, ultimately body temperature to be raised. The body temperature to be raised, blood pressure should be raised, blood pressure to be raised, heartbeat should be raised, heartbeat should be raised, respiratory rate also should be raised. Clear? So that's why the temperature is a main aspect, main regulation control of the heartbeat. Remembering one thing. Okay, clear? Understood? Understood? I hope understand. Temperature is rise, ultimately heartbeat should be rise. Once first of all the temperature rise, BP rise. BP rise, heartbeat should be rise. Heartbeat should be rise, respiratory rate also should be raised. Okay, ultimately sweating comes outside. Right? So this is the mainly temperature is a key role of controlling and regulation of the heartbeat. Now last pH. Now last what ma? pH. Remembering one thing. Remembering one thing. In the one closed chamber. In the closed chamber, remembering one thing. So you must be sitting from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock. There is no break. There is no outer air should be enters into our room. What happened? So in that room, the room temperature should be rise because of in your body, in tissue, in cells, after metabolic activity, huge amount of the carbon dioxide level increased. The carbon dioxide level increased, already told the carbon dioxide level increased in the tissue. Ultimately, temperature also increased. The temperature also increased. What happened, ma? Just already told na. Body, that means heartbeat should be increasing. Number one. If the carbon dioxide level increased in the tissue, what happened, ma? The carbon dioxide combined with water. The carbon dioxide combined with water. What happened, ma? Carbonic acid also to be formed. If the carbonic acid should be formed, pH should be, that means acidic nature, downfall, the pH should be lower, the pH carbonic acid should be formed. Clear? So this carbonic acid to be raises the pH to be lower, slightly acidic nature to be raises the temperature. The temperature should be raised. Ultimately, heartbeat should be increased. Heartbeat should be increased. Come on, tell me. So this is one of the already told you. Due to this condition, what happened? Compulsory we required oxygen. Already told you na. The high concentration of the carbon dioxide. High concentration of the carbon dioxide. It helps to unload of oxygen. It is called what? It is called what, ma? Anybody can say?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat?
Once I repeat. So high concentration helps to high concentration of CO2. High concentration of CO2 helps to unload of oxygen from oxyhemoglobin. Is called what?
It's called chloride shift.
No. Bohr effect. Of course, it is indirectly indirectly chloride shift. Of course, Bohr effect. Now, better. What is Bohr effect? So what is Bohr effect, ma? What is Bohr effect? So the Bohr effect is nothing but if the concentration of carbon dioxide level is increased, high concentration of carbon dioxide helps to unload of oxygen into tissue from oxyhemoglobin. Nah? So that's why. So here, once I repeat, the carbon dioxide level is increased in the tissue. This carbon dioxide fused combined with water to be form of what happened, ma? This carbon dioxide combined with water. So what happened, ma? Carbonic acid should be formed. This carbonic acid to be raises the temperature. The raising the temperature, pH is slightly acidic nature. In that condition, what? Heartbeat should be rise. Heartbeat should be rise. This is the important about what I mean. So regulation of heartbeat. Regulation of heartbeat. Remembering one thing. Okay, now here remembering one thing. So these are the what is bradycardia, what is tachycardia. Bradycardia and tachycardia, remembering one thing. It is mainly related to heartbeat. Related to heartbeat, remembering one thing. So what is brady? What is tachy? So talking now, let us remember if we go to what is ma. So that is very important. We'll asking short question. Explain. So that is called tachycardia, tachycardia and bradycardia, bradycardia, bradycardia. Okay, bradycardia. Right? So tachycardia and bradycardia. Right? So what is tachycardia? What is tachycardia? For example, our heartbeat per minute 72 times. Nah? Okay, rising of heartbeat, raising of heartbeat then normal compared to normal heartbeat. Raising of heartbeat when compared to normal heartbeat, the rising, increasing of heartbeat simply. Raising of heartbeat or increasing of heartbeat is called tachycardia. Is called what ma? Tachycardia. Once again repeat. Rising of heartbeat, okay, or increasing of heartbeat. Increasing of heartbeat is called what ma? Tachycardia. Tachycardia. Right? Next. So bradycardia. What happened ma? So what happened ma? Reducing of heartbeat, decreasing of heartbeat, decreasing of heartbeat. Okay. So what ma? Or reducing of heartbeat, reducing of heartbeat, or falling of, downfalling of heartbeat, downfalling of heartbeat, reducing of heartbeat, decreasing of heartbeat is called bradycardia. Is called bradycardia. Okay. So for example, this normal value. If it is tachycardia but more than 72, like 80, 90, 100, 80, 90, 100, so what happened? The 100 per minute, 100 heartbeats are beating. So that is called what? Tachycardia. So bradycardia nothing bad. So less than 72, less than 70, 60, 50, 40 is called what? Bradycardia. Bradycardia. Come on, tell me, if the heartbeat should be rise, those who are, for example, in which condition? Athletics. Athletic peoples, remembering one thing, ma, athletic peoples, what happened, they are running continuously. Continuously running, heartbeat should be rise. That if the athletic peoples which are suffering from tachycardia, tachycardia, that is one of the example. Next, obesity peoples. The obesity people's heartbeat should be rise. The heartbeat should be rise. That is called tachycardia. Tachycardia. In that condition, what happened, ma? In that condition, the heartbeat should be raised more than 72 times. More than 72 times. That is called tachycardia. And during the examination, before you are going to entrance level, entrance examination or degree examination, you are suffering, the heartbeat should be rise. That is called tachycardia. That is called increasing of heartbeat per minute. More than 72 times. 80, that is tachycardia. 90, tachycardia. 100, tachycardia. Right? So that is very, very. And bradycardia, but the heart should be heart beating very slow, like less than 72, 65, 60, 40, 50. This is called what ma? Bradycardia. The blood should be, the heartbeat should be very slow, very slow. That is important. So come on, tell me. So the one beat, heartbeat time, how much? Come on, tell me. One beat, how much time? That is 0.8 second. 0.8 second per beat. That means cardiac cycle, right? One heartbeat is equal to how much time? One heartbeat takes place how much time? 0.8 second. If the 0.8 second, remembering one thing, if the heartbeat time should be reduced. Okay, that is called tachycardia. Tachycardia. How much, ma? 0.8 second is a normal heartbeat. Normal heartbeat. Okay, now. If the less than 0.8 second, less than 0.8 second, what happened, ma? Immediately the heartbeat should be beating like that. Okay, 0.7, 0.6. This is what, ma? The heartbeat should be very speedily, like 100, 120, like that. Right? So that is very dangerous. That is tachycardia. In which condition we are observing that like 0.6, 0.7, 0.6, like those are people are going to running very speedily, athletics, sportsmen. Okay, so that is tachycardia. right? In the anxiety, where the adrenaline to be releasing, that people are going suffering from tachycardia, right? Bradycardia, the bradycardia part very slow. That means 0.9, 0. That means 1 second. So the blood is very slow. It should be going to reach. So which peoples are there suffering from bradycardia? Low BP peoples. Low BP peoples and low BP. How should we come and tell me which peoples are suffering from low BP? Which peoples are suffering from which BP? Come and tell me. Diabetic patients, sugar patient, diabetic patients are which are having low
Age
BP.
peoples also.
Yes, low BP. That people's the blood is very slow. The blood is flow very slow. That is low BP. So that peoples are going suffering from bradycardia. Between the tachycardia and bradycardia, which is very dangerous. High BP people are suffering from tachycardia. Low BP people suffering from bradycardia, which is dangerous. Come on, tell me. Which is dangerous, ma?
Bradycardia, sir. Low BP is danger. Low BP, bradycardia is danger.
Bradycardia is very dangerous than tachycardia. Tachycardia is normal, okay, but if it is, it should be controlled, right? So this is the tachycardia and bradycardia. Difference between the bradycardia and tachycardia. Very very important. We will be asking short. So this is a control and regulation of what we today we are discussing. And tachycardia, bradycardia we discussed. Okay. So now the end of circulation. One important topic is there, that is blood clotting. What is blood clotting? So to describe the blood clotting mechanisms. Okay, what is blood clotting? What is blood clotting mechanisms? Tomorrow we'll discuss about. So today the session is end. Thank you very much. This is Krishna, HOD of Zoology, Sri Vasavi Degree College. Thank you very much. Signing out.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Bye bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.